What is up? It's time again for the stuff with the things and the comics and stuff. Okay, so I'm Sean.
This is Drew.
And this is Drew. We're at Comics Elite, top secret headquarters with the worst lighting ever. We have like really harsh lights overhead. It makes us look like we're 50 years old. I'm not 50 yet. So first off, thanks to everybody in Dallas who came and said hi to us. Again, it's tough doing these videos, man. It's a lot of work. I'm not complaining. We choose to do this. You guys coming up to us and telling us how much you love our reviews and it helps you. Like, that's why we do this, because some of you guys have said many, many times you found stuff to read based upon what we've said, and you stopped reading some stuff based upon what we've said, and you found new stuff. So that's kind of what this is all about. Is again, we give you two totally different opinions. Sometimes they're totally different. Sometimes they're on point. So here's stuff that, real quick, here's stuff we are not reading this week. We did not read this stuff. So no reviews on this. Red Sonja, Black, White, and Red. Didn't read it. No reviews on it. I'm not reading this. Drew, do you want to read this?
No, I don't.
Okay, no, didn't read it. Don't want to read Reptile. You reading Reptile?
No, I'm not.
What? Why not? Chew, I've never been into Chew. I'm not reading it, so no review on Chew this week. But it's out. Go get it. I stopped reading G.I. Joe. I never started reading G.I. Joe. Do you read G.I. Joe anymore?
I did. I gave up. They're all just one and dones. It's just, they're,
yeah.
If
you like it, read it.
Yeah.
But we're not reviewing G.I. Joe. I tried to read this. I just couldn't. Second chances, so I can't give it a skip it or a med because I couldn't even. I barely remember what happened in the first one. It came out so long ago.
Yeah, it did. Months ago.
So, yeah, I just not reading that. Philadelphia, I've never been into it. It's issue 17. I'm not getting into Philadelphia. If you like it, read it. Again, Once in Future, not reading Once in Future.
Nope.
Just, I've never once.
Yeah.
And probably won't in the future.
Read
this one. It's number 20. Not going to start now. Sweet Paprika. It's Mira Gandolfo. I'm not a fan of her writing.
No.
Her art, I'm not critical of. I actually enjoy her art. I'm just not a fan of her writing. That was a naughty version, by the way. Exo Manowar, I just can't.
No, one of the worst right now at Valiant.
Dark Blood. I didn't like the first one at all, and I'm not going to read issue 2. So no review on this one. Yeah. Old Guard. I never read it, so again, not reviewing that one. Norse Mythology. Never read that. Barbarella. I don't ever really read this stuff. Dynamite.
I gave up on it.
And Ordinary Gods.
That's a reprint.
So, okay, sorry.
There we go.
So that's the stuff we're not reviewing this week. So, those are the non-reviews. Okay? Let's get to the stuff that we did review. Mez. So here we go.
So if we got the same ones, we'll do them at the same time.
Yeah, we'll do them at the same time to try to cut down on repeating stuff. This is stuff that it didn't make it into the top 10. Some of it maybe we just didn't have room, but it's not bad enough to be a skip it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not bad at all. We just didn't have room.
Yes.
Okay. So I let Drew drive the boat on this one. What's your first meh?
My first
and I'll
meh.
see if I have it also.
I want to go with Impossible Jones, number 1.
Okay. I have so many mehs.
I literally have almost 20 mehs this week. You know it.
Go ahead.
So she was a thief who was left to die, but was transformed, and she's pretending to help heroes.
Okay.
She's pretending to be a hero to help villains escape. I think. Maybe. I guess. I mean, I like Carl Kessel. I like what he did at DC Comics, but I don't think this is his best stuff. It's okay. I mean, narratively, I tried a hard time trying to follow what's going on.
I was so bored with this, okay. I could barely even read it. So you know more about it than me already.
Okay, I was questioning. I'm wondering, am I right on that?
So it's not a skip it for me because I really enjoyed the art in it.
Yes.
The art's fantastic. It fits with the character perfectly. It's a very cartoony style art. The pencils, colors, everything was on point. I really liked it. So, but the story I couldn't stay interested in the story. So sorry. Okay.
Sorry.
All right, there's your man number 1. Man number 2, what you got?
I got Wonderland Annual.
Okay. Yes. I'll start with this one.
Okay.
just for the cover. Yeah. Josh Burns. Oh, man. Guys, go to comicselitecomics.com and look at some of the Josh Burns covers for Vampirella and Red Sonja that are on there. This guy is so good. So good. Oh, my God. He's so good.
So good. Oh, my God.
I couldn't even read this. I thought the colors in the first story on the inside were just terrible.
It was mostly, it's all one story.
No blending. Oh, whatever. And the whole thing. I can't read this. But anyway, the cover's so good. They got Josh Burns. Good on him. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Story wasn't bad. You know, it's about two sisters. I guess more or less a good sorceress and a bad sorceress, and they have a good clash toward the end, and it wasn't bad. Yeah. Nah.
Huh? Oh, okay. Yeah. You done? All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was a short. Right. I kept that short and sweet.
Oh, good. We got a lot of mez.
Yes.
Okay, what's your next mez?
United States of Captain America.
Oh, wow. It's funny we have so many of the same mez. All right, I'm sure you want to go on a rant.
Well, no, I don't. No, I won't. You know, I'm going to say this is probably the least terrible one of the batch so far. It wasn't that the worst part of this is the art. This is not Ron Lim's best artwork ever.
I gotta agree with you.
Yeah, it's a shame, but the story isn't bad. It was kind of funny seeing John Walker in a bar drunk. You know, a little bit.
I like watching John Walker riding bitch on the back of Bucky's motorcycle. That was hilarious to me. I was like, he would.
Although I'm anxious to see the next issue to see if he's going to beat the shit out of this Nazi in the next issue. It's going to be interesting.
You know, so this series, it's actually came together. It came together better than I thought it would have. It's exceeded my expectations. My expectations were in the gutter. I expected nothing out of this. And I didn't hate this issue. It didn't make it into the skip. It's for me, it's a meh. I was like, oh, I got to skim through this one. And it caught my attention and it brought me in and I actually read it.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. I give it a 6. So anyway, there you go.
Yeah, it's passable.
And I think it's a key. You got this chick in it. The backup story was okay. But anyway, there you go.
Next up,
solving campus crimes.
yeah, those vicious campus crimes. The Citizen #1 Action Labs.
Man, we got some similar stuff here.
Once again, this one, it wasn't bad. It's actually kind of funny. Actually,
I liked it.
Yeah,
I really like this.
Yes,
it was enjoyable. I really like this. It just couldn't make it into my top 10. It probably would have been a number 10 if I had room.
Yes.
It would have been a number 10. It's kind of a one and done. I kind of hope they keep it on going. And I'm not a fan of Action Lab stuff, really. But this one's pretty good. Basically, everybody in the whole world has powers except for this one dude. And it's pretty good. I got to say, it's pretty good. I liked it. So, hey, try the Citizen. I advise picking this one up. There's no room in my top 10 for it. Okay, what else you got?
I got Suicide Squad, King Shark.
What is happening this week? Go ahead, you start.
You know, this is another one. It wasn't bad, although I mean, if someone is a graffiti artist, you know, are they really going to be in Bel Rev prison? I don't understand that. It's like, you're a graffiti artist. Why are you in Bel Rev prison with these serial killers?
Yeah, that was kind of head scratching moment there too. Yeah,
yes.
Like really?
Yeah.
Your superpower is making graffiti? If that's even a superpower? Is it even her name, Graffiti Girl or something?
I think it's something like that, yeah. It's
So, I like this way more than I thought. I had zero expectations again. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a big Suicide Squad fan anyway. The latest series has been great.
I was going to say, wait a second here.
Yeah, the latest series has been great, but just the concept and the idea, anything up to current Suicide Squad, I could care less. I really enjoyed this King Shark issue. I really did. I am looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, I am too, but to me, I'm kind of getting worn out on the tournament trope. You know, this time it's like the red. Now we're talking about the red, not the green.
So I like when comics make fun of themselves, right? And they totally pokes fun at itself. It was just kind of cool. So, long story short, King Shark, is it King? he meets like the god of the sharks, which is really kind of cool
Yes,
too.
it is.
He fights like Orca, which is stupid but awesomely stupid. It's like funny stupid.
Well, I mean, he almost kills her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she and the graffiti girl, like I like there's a little bond between such an unlikely pairing.
Yeah.
Graffiti girl and King Shark. It works. It works.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the next one. If you got room in your budget, I would advise picking up this King Shark. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. What else you got in your mez?
Let's see here. The Flash 774.
Oh, where'd I put? Oh, okay. Go ahead. I don't have that one in there.
Okay, so
you didn't read this. I hoarded it from you.
yes, you did hoard that from me. Yeah,
You didn't
hoard.
read it. I advise. Oh, so I'll start with this real quick. Great ending
Oh,
to the series. This would have been in my top 10. Great ending to the series. I wish the series was as cool as this. This is the final issue of Baby Teeth number 20. Oh, we got to remember to say the names. Baby Teeth number 20, final issue. This really slowed down. I don't know why it kind of stopped coming out. I don't know if it was Donnie got busy doing other stuff. But
it wasn't like he was writing Venom and Thor.
yeah,
and
it wasn't like
Black.
it wasn't like he was carrying Marvel on his shoulders for a while. But this is a fantastic ending. I really, really liked it, and I want you to read this, bro, when we're done, because you didn't get a chance to read it.
No, I didn't.
So again, if you started reading like me, I started reading Baby Teeth, and then it just dropped off. If you're like me, this is a great ending to it. I advise reading the final issue. It's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Go with Flash.
So for me, real quick, I'm not a father, as far as I know.
Okay.
So reading this was a very odd comic.
Knock on wood.
I know what the writer was going for. It's very clear, right? But it comes across as kind of creepy with a hint of an incest between Wally and his daughter. Did you pick that up?
I will save my thoughts on this for later.
Okay. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong at all.
Okay, all right, great. So yeah, there are some big incest vibes in this comic.
Just-
It's creepy. It is a very creepy comic.
Yeah,
in tone.
I'll talk about it later. There's a lot of problems with this.
Yeah,
comic.
there's a lot.
Who
Other
wrote
than
this one?
I forget the only title
Adams?
he's writing. Yeah, the only book he's writing. Yeah, it's
Flash 774.
it's not great. I guess if you're into the incest, you may enjoy it. So there you go.
All right, next one. What do you got?
Next up, I got Catwoman 35.
Okay, I'm gonna pick. Here, you don't read this, so I'll pick this one. Bounty Hunters.
Oh, yep.
So Bounty Hunters. This is Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters. Bounty Hunters number 16. This would have been a skip it, but it actually finally has a little bit of significance to the main story. The main story of Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters picked up. I advise everybody read it. Go back and get Alpha all the way through 5, I think. Or whatever's out currently. 4, I think, just came out. Because we have the connecting cover variant set. Yep. So pick those up. I highly advise it. You don't have to read the tie-ins. But if you want to read a tie-in that actually matters, this is a pretty good one. Bounty Hunters number 16. So if you want to read it, go for it. You don't need to. But you finally get some interaction between the main bounty hunters. Dengar, Boba Fett, Bosk, Zuckuss is in here. The new cyborg dude that they just made for the new stuff. But anyway, so go ahead with Catwoman.
Heroes and Villains making her last stand in Alleytown.
Catwoman 35.
Catwoman 35, yes. Fear State tie-in.
Yep.
And so apparently Alleytown is the last beacon of freedom in Gotham City right now. And they're all making their last stand against the peacemakers there and the magistrate. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Riddler and Penguin are conspiring to take control of Alleytown. It's not bad.
They're also making a last stand in Bloodhaven, too.
Yes, they are.
Don't forget.
Honestly, in my opinion, this is better than the main title Batman, what's going on with Fear State. This is actually happening. Things are actually happening.
Well, I don't agree with you on that one, but
okay.
we'll talk about that in a little bit. Well, I'm sure we'll get to Fear State.
Yes.
Okay, what else
Eventually.
you got?
Guardians of the Galaxy 18.
Oh, what is happening right now? Okay, go for it. I'm going to get another drink. Talk about this.
Okay, so it was okay. It was good. I mean, the art is solid, but it's more interesting seeing where it's going to go with Doctor Doom after this, because he gets imbued with a certain amount of power, and it's like, this is kind of huge, and I'm wondering where that's going to go. But did you notice that something that stuck out to me when I was reading this, or looking at some of the art panels toward the end? I'm like, I noticed that only the gay couples were kissing. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
If I have to see Hulkling and Wiccan making out one more time in a comic, I'm probably gonna rip it in half. And I would say that about Batman and Catwoman if every time they were on a page together, they were making out. It's not because they're gay. I don't care if they're gay. I don't care. I'll read a comic about gay people all day. I don't care. I'm not a homophobe. I don't give a shit. But there has to be something more defining characters besides the fact that they're constantly making out. It's annoying.
Yes.
Ugh. Again, I don't care. It could be Wolverine and Jean Grey. I don't want to see panel after panel of them making out.
But the fact that that's the only thing they're making it about those characters.
Notice I picked Wolverine and Jean, not Scott and Jean.
Or Scott and Wolverine.
Or that
Scott,
one.
Wolverine and Jean.
Yeah, that's not... Yeah, or the three of them making out together. I don't want to see either. I thought this was a good wrap-up to the story. Dr. Doom is a badass. I love that Dr. Doom was a badass, and he did it through both means at his disposal, his technology and his magical mysticismness. It's super cool. I like the way they defeated Dormammu. I thought that was super cool. Left a hint of something else going on there possible for the future, which was also really cool. This was actually a pretty good story arc, all in all. I was very happy the way it started and went. And of course, Al Ewing, who's been writing Hulk, and is going to be writing Venom. Yeah, that's right.
With Ram V.
With Ram V, yep. Two writers, one comic. So anyway, I thought it was really good. I super enjoyed it. Super cool. If you get a chance to read it, pick it up. Got some extra money in your budget, spend the extra $3.99 and grab her. Okay, next one. What do you got?
Next up, I got X-Men Legends #7.
Okay. I'll save my thoughts on that for later. I'll pick something else I know you didn't read.
Oh, Vader's Cafe? Did not read Vader's Cafe.
Yeah. I'll start with this one. So Vader's Castle #1. This is the new series of the series that's the series. This probably would have made it into my top 10, believe it or not, because there's a great, like, Anakin having, like, nightmares where his limbs are cut off, and C-3PO, he's fighting C-3PO, and he comes back to life. Yeah, he's fighting these ghosts and demons of his past, but frickin' they had to put Jar Jar in there, which ruined everything. Like, I don't want to be help him, Isa! Help him! Oh, God. Take a hint. Okay, I get it's kind of a kid's series, but stop it. So anyway, just skip it. Buy some of the other stuff. I'm telling you, but it was okay. That's why I didn't make it into the skip it's. Go ahead with X-Men Legends.
X-Men Legends
number 7.
Wolverine and Jubilee are in Osaka, Japan, investigating Osaka. Investigating mutant kids being kidnapped by the Yakuza. It's kind of it's meh storyline. It's where it's going. The art is not the best in this. It's pretty damn stiff in the interior. But I'm holding out hope for the next issue with Omega Red. So we'll see what happens.
I'll save my thoughts on that for later.
Okay, this one,
Next, what do you got?
Bunny Mask #4.
No! Oh, you just hurt my soul. Bunny Mask #4. Oh, did you even read it?
Yes.
Oh,
actually, I read it 3 times. 3 times. Trace.
Oh, shut your mouth. We are going to fight. Okay, I know you don't read this one. Okay, I'm going to start. Cause
I stopped reading that.
Okay, this would have been in my top 10. I wish this would have been issue #2. If this would have been issue #2, tons of readers would be into it more. So, I read, real quick, I remember reading in the, either I read it or I saw it in a video or something, where Robert Kirkham's talking about Invincible. And he tells, spoiler alert, he talks about the plot twist where the dad is actually evil, right? I know, right? And he was saving that for like issue 20. And he was talking to another writer, and the writer said, you got to do it by issue 6 or there won't be an issue 20. Right? You got to keep things happening in the comic. Same with this. I mean, Garth Ennis, I am probably one of the biggest if I ever met Garth, I would fanboy all over the place because I'm just a huge Garth Ennis fan. And he's one of the few creators I've never had the pleasure of writing with or speaking with, working with, talking to, anything like that. This is such a good issue. It is Garth Ennis, what you would expect. There's a huge scene in here. One of the guys' origin story. Well, he's a twin in the womb, and he's the only twin that's aware of what's happening. His other twin is sitting there. The mom's having an abortion by coat hanger, and you see the two fetuses. He's dodging the coat hanger, and he puts his twin in front of the coat hanger. He saves his life by throwing his... Oh, man. It's crazy. And then the main character shows how she actually married the devil, and they're banging, and it's what you would expect from Garth Ennis. This should have been issue number 2. This should have been issue 2. So if you get a chance, read this one, even if you haven't read the rest of it, and you might be like, yes, I totally think that should have happened. Okay, now tell me why you didn't like this awesome conclusion of Bunny Mask.
No, it's not that I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Bear in mind.
Oh, you're right.
You're right.
Okay. You're right. I'll calm down a little bit.
Cool out!
I'll calm down a little bit.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Step back from the ledge. We're good.
Go ahead.
So the comic opens with one hell of a dream. And
oh, yeah.
I've had a few mornings like that. Holy shit.
Oh, man.
Yeah, England 2004 and 5. Yeah, those were fun days.
Oh, man. I didn't need that visual. Deleted.
So, in this comic, we head deep down into the caverns that resemble mouths, and you see teeth hanging down from the cavern.
Yeah.
And they encounter something inhuman in there.
Yep.
And but my issue with this makes it a meh for me is that the setup for it kind of is really reminding me of the movie Frailty. I don't know if you ever saw that or not with Bill Paxton or Matthew McConaughey.
If comics remind you of movies, you don't like them.
No, it's not that. No, just like the plot, the setup. I'm like, this setup is sounding very familiar like this.
I don't even know that movie you're talking about.
Okay, if you haven't seen Frailty, look it up. Great horror film. This dad, he's able to see demons and the sins that they have done, and he and his kids believe they have to kill these humans who they believe are demons.
Okay.
So essentially these guys are told the sins that these people are being told, and they may have to kill these people.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is kind of the same setup here. But it's good. You know, it's not. I'm anxious to see where it goes next.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a meh.
All right. I'll say my thoughts on that later.
Okay.
I loved it, though. All right, next. What do you got?
Next up, I got Cold Deadly War, number 1.
Yeah, yep. Here, I'll start with this one. We didn't even need the first 90% of this comic.
No.
We didn't even need the first... I started thumbing through it because it's very difficult. So, fighter pilots, bomber pilots, World War II, right?
Yes.
I think it's World War II. World War II. It's so hard to capture the attention of a reader when an air battle has lots of...
moving pieces. Yeah.
Right, those are my air battle sound
explosions
effects.
and
I know you all just thought you're in the middle of an air war right there. It was so accurate. You're welcome. It's so hard to show that in still panels. And then I was starting to be like, okay, I read it 3 or 4 pages. I don't care. And I was like, whoa, what's happening at the end of this? You could have skipped 90% of the first and give me the last 4 pages.
Yeah.
And then now I want to read the next one. I want to read the next one, but
it's like getting to the punchline of everything. This whole setup is like, this is kind of tedious.
We didn't need that much character development.
No, we didn't.
He's connected to the other guys. That's all we needed to know. That's all we needed to know. I believe you. You don't need to show all the stuff in War that connected them. War connects people.
Yes.
Anyway, there was a lot of it. It was beautifully drawn.
Yes, absolutely.
It was beautifully colored. It's beautiful. It just wasn't needed. Too much setup.
You know, I just realized something. Heavy Metal is the publisher for this.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Heavy Metal movie from the 80s?
Yep.
Remember that airplane segment with the zombies?
Yep.
Heavy Metal. It's like, I just like,
that's
you know
what it is.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
I got to go back and watch that now. Because this could be the same storyline.
Could be, yeah.
Maybe it is. Oh, man. Okay, next.
The S Factor, number 1.
Oh, God. I'll save my thoughts on that for later.
Only reason, real quick, I'm going to sum this up real quick. If you like the horror, the horror that is romance reality shows, You'll probably enjoy this, but with superheroes. I didn't really care for it. Matt, you may like it if you like romance reality shows. I do have that in my mez.
That's in my skip-its, by the way. I'll get to that later.
I don't blame you.
He Who Fights with Monsters. So, I can't wait to read the next one of this. But nothing happens in this one. There's no payoff.
No, there's none.
No payoff.
It's the opposite of Cold Dead War.
Yeah, opposite of Cold Dead War. It's all build up, and then there's a great payoff at the end of Cold Dead War.
Yeah.
And you can't wait to read the next one.
Yeah.
This one's all build up, and then there's nothing.
It's just like, wait, the golem?
Where is it?
What's going on?
Can I see the golem?
Yeah.
They even put the golem on one of the variant covers. I was looking in the back. I think Sad Lemon has a variant with the golem in it or something, and you never get the golem.
No.
Can I have some golem?
Yeah.
Nothing, no payoff. But I'm excited about it. I'm going to read the next one because there's nothing happens. I want it more.
Yes.
Okay. Next, what do you got?
I got Radiant Black.
Oh, man.
Number 8.
I'm surprised. Maybe you're not even reading this. I'll have Gamma Flight.
Oh, I do have that in my... Actually, it's in my skip-its.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and talk about it now.
Well, no. Leave it in your skip-its.
Leave it in skip-its?
Yeah,
Okay.
leave it in your skip-its.
All right.
Because I have a couple of my saving my skip-its because I'm going to go off on it. Okay, Gamma Flight. It's going to be quick for this one. So Gamma Flight is... It's okay, again. So I feel like the story's really good. There's a lot of family connectivity. There's a lot of Hulk stuff going on. It feels like this is a tie-in to Hulk. And I don't know if it should have its own... I feel like the story doesn't need to be told.
Bullseye.
There you go. The story doesn't need to be told. I don't need an Alpha Flight with these characters.
No.
I don't need it. I'm confused. But if I think what they're doing with Scar is what they're doing with Scar, I hate it.
Yes, me too.
Hate it. Mm-hmm. Scar is Hulk's kid.
Yes.
He's epic. He's a stronger version of Hulk, if you will, because he has the old blood or old skin, whatever they're called. I forget what they're called from World War Hulk. Shame on me. And the Hulk mixed, he should be the most powerful thing, but he's not. And makes me want to Hulk smash it. Anyway, Radiant Black, go for it. Number
8.
Number 8. Okay.
Power Rangers Fight a Phantom Ranger. The end. Meh.
So how come this didn't make it into a skip it for you?
You may enjoy the art. You may. I read the comments. I know people who enjoy this.
Okay.
And it's like, I am so glad you enjoy this. I really am. But me having read Power Rangers and going to reading this, I'm like, this is Power Rangers 2.0 going on right now. And
yeah. So
I suppose if you aren't reading Power Rangers, you'll probably enjoy this. You'll probably enjoy them fighting a Phantom Ranger. There you go. Yeah.
I have that coming up. Okay, I have 5 more Mez.
I got 5 more too.
Okay, go for it.
King Spawn, number 2.
Oh, you ruined my soul, sir. Shazam.
Oh, that's in my skip-its.
This would have been a skip it for me, but I liked the end and I want to see where it goes. I also feel like this is more written for kids. If it had more of an adult spin on it...
I completely disagree with that.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like it's just... The Titans want him to... They want to protect his feelings. The Rocky fraternity is being threatened. They don't want to tell him, but he finds out, so he goes off on an adventure on his own, but not on his own. And he's on this adventure, and we see a bunch of people do stuff, but then nothing happens, and he goes finally to the Rocky fraternity where he should have been. We didn't need the last 2 issues. He should have just went right to the Rocky fraternity. This is issue what? 3. Yeah. Okay. We could have skipped issue 2. He couldn't write to the Rocky fraternity, and we see something. I won't spoil it for you. That I'm a little intrigued about to see what happens with that. That's why it's a meh for me, not a skip it. It almost made it to my skip it's because I just feel like nothing's happening, or the whole issue probably couldn't have happened. Anyway, go for it. King Spawn, number 2.
So the opening to this has by far one of the weirder fetishes I've seen, and that's pretty something.
Okay.
But what makes it a meh for me was were these people really kids? Because I don't think so, and the way they're drawn.
Well,
and because the setup to this is that technically Spawn loses because, spoiler alert, he kills these kids who tried to kill others. But I'm like, but they're not. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm like, and look at the art. I'm like, these aren't kids, and they were trying to
I don't
kill
know what they mean
others.
by kids. I think they're teenage kids, like, not like adolescent kids. Like maybe I got the feeling like they were like 16 through 18ish.
Yeah, I took it like they were 18.
Like idealistic high school kids, really. Mm-hmm. So I didn't feel like they were kids, more like high school kids.
And I thought with that, the motive for him saying that he lost because he killed those kids who were trying to kill others, I'm like, that's pretty weak to me. I don't know about that.
Well, so
I know, and it's, technically this is a callback to like issue 5 of Spawn when he killed Billy Kincaid, I think.
Yep.
But I'm like, but that was a serial killer, and these.
Well, I didn't get that from that. I really King Spawn's in my top 10.
Okay.
I feel like I have a Spawn story again that I am excited about.
Yeah, me too.
And
I agree.
And it makes sense.
I agree.
And it flows well. And I feel like Spawn got duped.
No, he did, but I would say this would have been in my top 10 if they had said these weren't kids. Like they said, like they were college kids, like in their 20s.
Yeah.
Not kids. And it's like, how young are we talking?
And
here?
again, you can restrain someone without killing them, even if they are trying to kill somebody else.
They were packing heat. They were going to mow down a crowd.
And they did that intentionally with a grenade and everything, trying to get him to lose it and do what he probably shouldn't have done, and he did. So I'm excited about Spawn. I'm excited about Spawn.
Me too. And but I'm just weak on the how young are these kids? But that's me. That's me.
Okay.
It's a meh.
Okay.
Like I said, it's not skip it.
Okay. Number 4 more. What do you got?
X-Men number 3.
Ooh, that almost made it.
That is a skip it for me.
We'll get to it.
Yes, we will. Oh, we will.
Okay. God, this is a tough one. This is really tough. This was really close to being a skip it for me. The only thing that saved it was there was no magical recovery at the end. There's no way she's ever going back to being her former self.
No.
She's fully 100% vested into being Miracle Molly. And that there's a little moment where she sees her reflection and she's is finally like at peace with who she is. And I felt like that it's an origin story for Miracle Molly. We get her origin. And the origin is kind of, I don't want to say debatable.
It's weak sauce.
Well,
and cliche. It's very cliche. I'll say that.
There was some cliche to it, but I liked that it wasn't just very quick. It took a lot of time for her to go down that rabbit hole. And I know enough people, no matter what side you are politically, that have gone down that rabbit hole and they're fully vested and they've been brainwashed no matter what anyone says, right or left. You will not hear what the other side has to say. You don't even want to hear it. If anyone even tries to talk to you about it, you're just done. You're like, nope. Vaccines are microchips in us and it's evil and I'll never get it. Or everyone should get it and it should be made a law where you're forced to get it. Right? You won't hear anything in between. I like that. I could see how that could happen to somebody because it's happening right now in front of us. We all have friends and family that may feel that way about certain things. So that's kind of what kept it from being a skip it for me. I didn't agree with that, of course, with any of the ideology that she's gets sucked into. But you can clearly see how she gets sucked into it, 100%. 100%. Go ahead with the X-Men.
So this is a love-hate for this comic I have for this issue right here.
I agree.
I hate how they treat the High Evolutionary in this. I'm like, he is one of the baddest villains in the Marvel Universe. And
he's an Omega level villain.
And he's treated like a one-hitter quitter in this.
He's like an Apocalypse.
Yeah, he is. He effectively is.
Yeah.
And he's treated like Glassjaw McGraw in this.
That made it in my top 10 because there's key factor to it. We got first appearance of somebody showing up in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the one element I did like, what they're alluding to, is Ben Urich investigating the mutant resurrection protocols. That's the best part of this. It's only 3 pages. I'm like, I want more of this.
They're setting the stage for the beginning of the end.
Yes.
I think for the X-Men's.
X-Men's is.
All right, 3 more. What do you got?
Aquaman the Becoming, number 1.
I can't wait to talk about that. Fantastic Four. I do like this cover.
Yeah.
So this was not usually Fantastic Four would instantly be a skip it for me. I like what they're doing with Johnny Storm.
Yes, I agree.
We're finally getting something. I feel like he's in peril. No, he's not going to die or explode, but
he's in a
something's
life-changing
happening.
situation.
Yes, that's what I was looking for. Yes, he's in a life-changing situation. Yeah, I hope in a year he's not just right back to normal or they figure something out. But what Doom did to him is jacked up, and there's a lot of human to this too. Johnny cheated on his soulmate.
Yes.
And he confronts the soulmate confronts him. There's a lot of human stuff going on to this.
Because I'll say my thoughts for. I'll say my thoughts for.
Okay,
I'll say my thoughts for later.
Okay. Go with poop comic. I mean, sorry, Aquaman.
Yeah, I know, right? So much like X-Men, I had a love-hate relationship with this comic.
Yeah.
The first half of this I hated because it's not the gay stuff in this. It's like, okay, but whatever. But it's just the fact that the tone of it is all over the place. Is it an action, a romantic comedy, a drama? I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
They're kind of cramming a lot in there.
Yeah, they're cramming a lot in there. But the end of this, holy crap, was awesome. He gets his ass kicked in this at the end. I'm like, oh my God, you got me back into this. This is awesome. I can't wait to read issue 2.
Yeah.
Because he's treated like, he's invincible, untouchable. He's the best ever. And then he gets his ass kicked at the end.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I just don't think. That's a skip it for me, and I'll kind of
fair.
get
It's
I'll
fair.
kind of get into
Yeah.
it. Why it's a skip it for me a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
But the art is good too.
Oh, the art was solid.
Yeah, Greg Capullo 2.0.
Not enough to save it.
Okay. Batman the Detective 5 of 6. It's in there.
Symbiote Spider-Man. It's a man. So I really like Symbiote Spider-Man. This should be in this is like a top 10. Didn't make it. I loved it. I thought it was great. You should read it. You get a great version of the Hulk, which I'm glad in the very end in the letters they should tell us who the Hulk is, who briefly showed up in something Peter David wrote. Peter David's writing is spectacular. It is great. Greg Land is an amazing artist. We are privileged, ladies and gentlemen. We are privileged to have Greg Land doing interiors.
Yes.
He is beyond interiors. And we are privileged to have this man doing interiors. Just saying it right now. Privileged. So Symbiote Spider-Man Crossroads number 3. I highly advise picking it up. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'll stand by Greg Land's art till the day I die.
Fantastic. All right, go ahead with this great comic that's a metaphor.
So, like I said, it is a good comic. It's just I had much gooder stuff, as you would put it.
Okay.
So we find out who the lady is.
Yes.
Why she's doing what she's doing.
Equilibrium.
We find out why she's doing it, and
We get a mini origin of Equilibrium in here. Yeah.
And
it's pretty good.
She's out there.
Well, it makes sense.
Yes, it does. It's like yeah, okay.
She takes it to the extreme.
Yes, she does. Yes.
For reals. But it makes sense.
It's a solid comic. I mean, you could do a hell of a lot worse.
Okie dokie. All right. And my last meh.
Nightwing 84. What?
Yep. Last Ronin. I'm calling it like I see it. Calling it like I see it. I'll start. Last Ronin, it didn't have the same. Now, to be fair, I'm comparing this against all the other Last Ronins that have been out so far. And they've all been so good. This one is slipping. And the reason why is because I feel like it's taken us way. We got one more issue left.
Yeah.
I feel like they're dragging out the main current time story of getting to the end of the bad guys. I felt like this whole kind of battle in here really maybe wasn't necessary. It's like a step. It's like they defeated another henchman. It's kind of how it felt like to me. Again, it's a meh, but it definitely took a slip backwards for me down the ladder. It's a step down the ladder. Issue 3 was so good. 1, of course, was amazing. They've all been this fast spectacular. They've all been like 9.5s. And to be fair, this is probably an 8. It's still really, really good. It just didn't make my top 10 for me. And it didn't get bumped out. This was a meh after I read it. I felt very meh after I read it. I was like, it's okay. It's all right.
So how you felt about this issue is how I felt about the previous issue. I felt issue 3 was a step down. And I felt like this one was a big step up.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yes.
I felt the other way.
Okay.
I felt like we were roller coasting down, not up. So go ahead with Nightwing.
Nightwing, number 84.
84.
Yes. Nightwing gets called to Gotham, and boom, there's an ambush. Bum, bum, bum. Although there's a weird scene at the beginning with a kid who kills small animals, I think that's setting up like a serial killer thing. It's not bad. It's a decent recommend. You know, it's a good tie-in with the Fear State.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, now, skip it.
Here we go.
Skip it. Now we get to the gritty.
Yes. The meat.
The gritty. Skip it. Here we go. You drive the train.
Here we go.
Do it.
Batman Adventure Continues, Season 2, number 4.
Oh, I didn't even read that.
Okay.
I'll talk about one that you already did.
Oh, go for it. Oh,
So Radiant Black. So to mimic what Drew said, I'll go super fast. I just can't with this anymore. I just can't with it. It's all the different colored radiants are all over the place. We didn't get a solid enough origin or character. I don't feel connected to any of them except for maybe the first two, the blue and the red one. And I don't even know who the yellow one and the other ones are. And I don't even care. I can't. I tried to read this week and I can't. I'm over Radiant Black, guys. I can't. There's too much going on too fast. I know we're in issue 8, but
I like the first 3 issues. I liked where it was going with the writer and his.
So did I. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
We get the origin of the red one. You feel connected to her, and then all of a sudden, all the Power Rangers show up. All the other colored ones.
They did.
It's like, I just can't with the Radiance. I can't. I feel like the bad guy's pretty freaking epic, though. I feel like the bad guy's really cool, but we get this huge giant battle between all of them so fast. I don't. Anyway, there's no peril. Anyway, go ahead.
So this cover is an absolute lie. This does not happen at all.
This is the variant cover, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So this is all about Renee Montoya, her girlfriend, and how she's more awesome than Batman. Not a joke or an exaggeration in the least.
Shut your dirty horse mouth. That's not a thing.
That's the thing.
All right. Well, I'm glad I don't read it. Next. What do you got?
Next. X-Corp, number 5.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You start. Go
Woo!
ahead.
Man, you want to talk about some of the worst art on the planet. And from a technical perspective, the pacing of this is terrible. This is not how you write an X-Men or action comic at all, whatsoever. The dialogue in this is atrocious.
So, shame on the X office,
Yes.
on the editors at the X office for trying to cram these characters into a super boring story I could care less about. It. There's a couple X-Men books that are great and you should read.
We'll
and
get to
this
those
is
later.
a complete throwaway. Complete throwaway. I could care less about this whole series.
Yeah, this is an embarrassment, really, this title.
I mean, so I think Teenie Howard, I don't know. I don't know if trying to do something good with what they were given, but it's just not even good.
No, it's not.
So boring.
Miracle Molly, number 1.
Oh, okay. You already picked this one. X-Men Legends.
Yes, I did.
I'll start. X-Men Legends was everything that you said. I just felt like it was super out of character for the characters.
Yes.
At this point in their career, Jubilee's not the most super confident, ultra, mega superstar X-Men. She would have been pooping herself in some of the situations she was in. Yeah, I didn't enjoy this. You can skip this X-Men Legends.
Yeah,
really, just skip it.
This is the worst issues by far of the
skip
X-Men
it.
Legends series.
And they had such good characters.
Yes, they did. Absolutely.
You got Wolverine and Jubilee going back to
Osaka.
Yeah, to the Wolverine Japan stories.
Yeah.
What's her face shows up
Lady
in there.
Deathstrike?
Lady Deathstrike. And I'm sorry, but Lady Deathstrike, when she wouldn't have taken Jubilee prisoner, she would have killed her.
Yes.
She would have just killed her.
At that time in the X-Men, she would have.
She would have just killed her. Anyway, go ahead, Miracle Molly.
So we get her origin story, Miracle Molly, and it's I'm sorry, the way she is illustrated, she looks straight up like Selena Kyle from Batman Returns. Straight up, the glasses, the hair, the dress, and like.
I felt like she reminded me of Harley Quinn.
I could see that too.
Like the with the glasses and the nerdy girl, kind of. Yeah.
And her backup, her story, her background, I really felt it to be very tropish. I didn't buy it really. Why she went down. If they had made her a character like she had been like a star athlete who had like a fall from grace, who was addicted to technological advancements or something, becoming more robotic or whatever, it's like, okay, I buy this. Yeah. But I'm like, just someone who goes down the internet rabbit hole, and it's like
almost like a bad Neo.
Yeah. It's like I don't buy it.
Yeah,
it's weak sauce.
I hear you. Okay, we're almost done, guys. We got a few more.
Batman 113.
Okay, I'm gonna start tearing these apart.
Oh, go for it.
Boring, waste of time, didn't need it, nothing happens. Fear State's going on. Nightwing meets Batman and gets a compliment. Yay, skip it. Go ahead.
Once again, like Nightwing, you can totally skip this issue, and it's my opinion that Tynan is mocking the Batman fans and store owners by telling the same story in 3 straight issues. But in this issue, it's from a different perspective. It's the same damn story.
I don't agree with you.
Okay.
Yep, I got to disagree with this one. I liked the Batman Fear State, and this is a huge difference for us in this one because this is in your skip it's, and this is made it into my top 10.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why later. In the next video. Okay, next one.
I got Shazam, number 3.
Okay. Catwoman, same thing. Who cares? Boring. I don't care. Didn't like it. Could give a crap less. Fear State's happening. Okay.
So everything about this comic is wrong. Because I enjoy Captain Marvel. I enjoyed the Jerry Ordway stuff in the 90s and The Kingdom Come, blah, blah, blah. But the tone, the art, the lack of heart, the piss-poor attempt at humor, everything is wrong about this comic.
Okay.
This is not Captain Marvel at all. Okay.
What'd you think about the end?
I didn't like it. I'm like...
Okay. You're very picky about your Shazam.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
You're a big Shazam.
I enjoy the character, and like this is not. I mean, if you're a Captain Marvel fan out there, do you enjoy the series? Am I wrong? Is this good? Is this bad? I don't think it's good.
It was almost a skip it for me, but I did like the ending. I'm excited to see what happens.
Okay, 2 left. Here we go.
Go for it. I got 4 left.
Gamma Flight number 4.
Okay. Flash.
Oh, actually, I got 2 more after this. Okay.
Flash. This dude is the worst dad in the multiverse. He puts his kid in so much danger. Yes. I don't care if she's supposed to have superpowers. She's in so much danger. She tells him what to do every step of the way. He's basically an idiot. He lets her have the big hero moment by putting on the little helmet thing. No dad would have done that. Put on some mysterious helmet that's going to fight Nightmare. Worst dad ever. There's no verisimilitude. If I'm supposed to believe this, he never once says, "Not my daughter." He basically says, "Go ahead, daughter."
Yeah.
He throws her into the... It's terrible. It's terrible. If we're supposed to believe that Wally West, this is his character, then I hate him because he's the worst father ever.
Don't forget the incest tones in this too.
I didn't get too much of that.
You didn't?
Not really. Not too much of it. He's just a loving father. I didn't see any of that too much craziness. But he's just a terrible dad. Terrible dad. Crazy. Okay, go ahead with Game of Flight.
So I read this. I was halfway through this. And I put it down and I said to myself...
Why am I reading this?
Yeah, exactly. What is the point of this comic? There is no point to this team or comic. I don't get it. There is no point to it. It should not exist. It should cease to be. It does not need to be here.
I agree. I had the same thoughts. All right, you got 2, I got 3. What's your next one?
Transformers 35.
I didn't read that. I'll go with Aquaman. I don't like this.
Jackson Hyde is his name?
Yeah. I don't think I like this character. I didn't really know who he is. I just don't think I like the character that he's supposed to be. I'd ask Drew. He's the son of Black Manta and a human, right?
Yes.
Not like Aquaman at all. But Black Manta doesn't have aqua superpowers.
I think because I think they might have changed it from Young Justice. But maybe it's an Atlantean and Black Manta or something. I forget. I don't know.
Yeah, I have a hard... We already have Aquaman.
Yeah. Now we have Aquaman's daughter and this guy,
Yeah,
too.
Aquaman's daughter. We already have Aquaman and Mira and Aquaman's daughter. I'd rather see Aquaman's daughter take up the mantle of Aquawoman than this dude from out of left field. He feels like a very forced character. He feels like they're trying to force a black gay character on us. And he doesn't fit into the Aquaman universe because we already have what we need for that universe. We don't need more Aqua people. People barely like Aquaman the way it is. And it's like they're trying to push this one on us. That's really what it kind of felt like. Where's Aquawoman at in this? Aqua, his daughter. Like where's Aquaman in this?
But from a PR standpoint, when you have the Aquaman 2 movie coming out, Arthur Curry, the titular character in the movie, kids go see it. They want to see Arthur Curry comics. I want to see the new Aquaman comic. Okay, kids, sorry, it's Jackson Hyde.
Maybe it just feels like it doesn't fit into the universe, into the Aquaman universe. It didn't feel like it at all.
No. It's the all new, all different DC now.
I guess. It's just it didn't feel right. Anyway, and it's not because he's black and maybe gay.
No, it just feels.
Again, I don't care about it.
It just feels like it doesn't. When you read it, it feels like this doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit, and it's not. Can there be a black Aquaman? Yes, I don't care. Can there be a gay Aquaman? Sure, there could be gay Aqua people. I don't care. I could care less.
Could be into fish dicks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a good skit. I don't care if this character could have been a white straight dude. I don't care. It wouldn't fit into the. We don't need another one of those characters. We don't need another Aqua person. Okay, next, what do you got? What's your last one?
I had Transformers 35. So this is the exact opposite of King Grimlock. This is the exact. This is what you shouldn't do.
King Grimlock is so good.
Yes, it is. This is what you should not do with the Transformers comic. Focusing on obscure characters that I've never heard of before. I'm like,
oh really? It's one of those comics.
Yeah, it's like, who the hell are you? And like, what is with all this damn dialogue?
Oh and you got the cool '90s Soundwave action figure though.
He's in like 2 panels, I think. That's it. And it's like
he's just a bait and switch.
Yes, it's a bait and switch.
That's funny.
This comic sucked.
All right, 2 more. What do you got?
I got 1 more.
Go ahead. Oh, I got 2 more. You got 1 more.
Oh man, this one. I read this morning. Whew. Eat the Rich #2.
Oh, you're breaking my soul. I am onslaught.
What?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're both mad about these 2 picks. So you go ahead and start.
So, I hated this comic. I hated this comic. Between the implausibly stupid and headbanging reason why these rich people are eating people and the emotional validation between the 2 female characters, I just wanted to rip this comic in half. I almost ripped it in half, would put the money on your counter. This is for ripping Eat the Rich in half. I did not buy it. It angered me. It pissed me off. None of that was believable in any way, shape, or form.
You know it's a comic, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, just make it.
So I stick by my original review at #1. If you do want to read or watch a story like this, but done the opposite of this, which is what's that word? Good. Watch the movie Society. Watch the movie Society,
You and your movies.
or watch Ready or Not.
This is in my top 10. I loved it. So, okay, Onslaught. This is not the Onslaught I know and love. I'm sorry. This felt like I hated it. I absolutely hated this. I was angry by the end of it. The big Onslaught reveal. Onslaught should have showed up. He's basically just making people have feelings and feel different ways. And Nightcrawler, David Halbert, he what's his code name again? The
Legion.
Legion is underutilized. He's an epic, amazing entity that can do pretty much whatever the hell he wants to. He's beyond Omega level mutant.
And he does that in this.
I just thought like it doesn't need Nightcrawler. The Nightcrawler's in there. It was like window dressing. Pixie, I could give a crap about what's happening with Pixie. All these extra people are showing up. It should have just been a giant showdown between Onslaught and Legion, and everyone just sitting back and like, oh, I hope they don't destroy Aroka, our new planet we just terraformed. But I didn't like it at all. I wanted so much more from this, and I was super, super disappointed. Super disappointed. That's how I felt about it. Okay. I'm sure you'll talk about it later.
Yes, I will.
And my last one I have this stupid thing. Okay, so the S factor. This guy doesn't even have powers, I guess, is all these superhero girls are going on a dating game with him.
Yes.
You're going to really try to convince me that all these superheroes with powers, all these girls are going to try to date this guy on a reality show? Like, they got nothing better to do? Do they all have no souls? I hated it. I thought it was stupid. I'm not going to read any more of these. So you will hear no more reviews. Well, maybe I'll just read it just to crap all over it. Okay. Holy crap. That is our big, long, almost hour-long video. So, thanks. I got my shirt on here that my buddy sent me. Found out a friend of mine. This is weird timing. I got this shirt from a friend. A friend of mine's having a hard time. Guys, don't forget, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be a dude and have feelings and say that you need help. It's all right. There's no shame in it. You're not a lesser man because of it. It's okay. It's all right. I went through a lot of therapy to deal with a lot of stuff that happened in the military, and it's okay to need to do that. There's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're a military dude. Go get help. If you know somebody that seems to be a little bit off, don't be afraid to ask them if they're okay. Sometimes it's all it takes. So, on that note, we will end this one. Don't forget, buy what you like, click what you want, listen to the haters, and we'll see you in our top 10 video in a little bit.